Alrighty, what's up everybody, Peter Gilmore here for a late night video number 2, right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in my pants, down in the description box, and as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video and all my other videos all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all notifications so you never ever, baby, let's go Mets, ever miss an upload. That's all you gotta do. And we'll move on from there. Alright, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Check some notes on. Alright, sorry about that. I had something wrong for a second, but it is what. Alright, so thank you all for watching here on the Killer Demons 669 channel. My name once again is Peter Gilmore, but you knew that already. And that's it. So thank you for watching on this late Monday night, April the 25th, 2022. If you're now watching from somewhere else, April the 26th, 2022. Hope you had a great day, and if not, well, too bad for you. And that's it. Alright, so this is video number 2 on the evening. Check out my video I did earlier in the day, the 7th edition of The Shadows Lair, where I talked about Elon Musk buying Twitter, a little bit of wrestling news, some Mets news here and there, some Yankees news, blah, 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 blah. So check it out. Link will be in the description box after the video is done. And we'll move on from there. Alright, we got the tribal and shadow queen of the chat. Lauren's here. What's going on, Lauren? Hey, yo. That's it. So Lauren's here. I hope you had a great day, Lauren, and an even better tomorrow. But we'll see what happens with that. All right. On this late Monday night, what a night it was. If you're a Met fan, oh Jesus Christ, what a game that was today for the Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals tonight. A great pitching duel with Max Scherzer on the mound for the Mets, and Mike Malakis, whatever his last name is, for the Cardinals. 8 innings of pitchers duel. What can you expect? A great game. Mets bats were silent all night. Scherzer with 10 strikeouts, 101 pitches, and just a great game. For 8 innings, and then what did the Mets do? They bring in Trevor May, otherwise known as La Familia, which in Spanish means I can't pitch. So they bring in the white version of La Familia, and what does he do? Gives up 2 runs because he can't pitch. Maybe stick to Fortnite instead of pitching, you fuck. But I digress. But anyway, the Mets were down 2-0, and you know, he had Alonso up, and then Escobar, and then Robbie can't hit for shit. Cano as a DH. I don't know why he was fucking DH. But in any event, Alonso gets out, so it's 1 out, and then Escobar with a great at bat does what he does, gets on base. So 1 out for Cano, and Cano somehow, I think, what happened? I think, forgot what happened. I think Cano does what he does. 2 outs with a fly out. Alright, so it's basically Escobar at first, and then they pinch run for him with they pinch, I forgot what. Well, after him, they got a run somehow with 2 outs, mind you. And then McNeil, the flying squirrel, no, not Rocky the squirrel, no, Flinty Moose Ring Squirrel. You know, Jeff McNeil hits a bullet down the right field line, and Jankowski, who was the pinch runner at first base, he goes all the way around the third base, and a lot of people on Twitter was like, "Let him go." A lot of people saying that he should have scored on that play, but it would have been a bang bang play, so it probably would have been out by a country mile. So who knows? But in any event, so it's second and third for Dom Smith. Still 2 outs, still 2-1. Smith. Sometimes he comes out through in the clutch, especially during the 2020 season or 2021 season. I think it was the 2020 season. We hit the home run in the last game of the season. Blah blah blah. So I had a little bit of faith in Dom Smith. Great player, and a lot of Met fans want him to leave. But Dom Smith hits a screaming liner down the line, the right field line. Paul Goldschmidt, who was playing first base, made a spectacular play, but there was nobody covering first, and the pitcher for the Cardinals, Gilly, whatever his name is, was kind of late to cover, and it almost was a bang-bang play, and Dom Smith, being smart, because that's what the Mets are, and the Mets fans, we're smart. Smith, with a head-first slide into first, almost hurt his hand. That's not a good thing, but, thankfully he didn't get hurt. He beats the throw, safe. McNeil comes all the way around from second base. Good heads-up base running by McNeil. 2-run score on the infield single. Mets are leading 3-2. And then for some odd reason, SNY goes to commercial. Doing it was a pitching change, I think. Yeah, it was a pitching change. I don't know why you go to commercial, but okay. But during the commercial, and then as soon as the live feed came back, freaking Brandon Nimmo hits a 2-1 home run, make it 5-2. And then that was it. Sugar comes in, Edwin Diaz comes in, lights out. Good night, Mets win. Who are these Mets? Who are these guys? I mean, this is probably one of the... I've been a fan for a very long time. I mean, you thought 86, the comebacks in 86, Game 6 and 7 were great and amazing. No pun intended, amazing. This one, I think, is probably the best comeback of all time. Of all time. And me being a fan for 41 years, about. So, it is what it is. But the Mets get a big, huge win. Come back, Trevor May, you're a lucky guy now, right? But you still suck. So, I think you would want to hug Jeff McNeil and Dom Smith really tight right now. No homo, by the way. But, yeah, Mets with an amazing win. 13-5 on the year. Max Scherzer pitched a great game. But still, Mets are still in first place. Almost, I think, kind of top 2 in the league right now in the National League. But they're doing pretty damn good. I love it. I want more of it. Yes. Love it. I was marking the hell out. I was going crazy. I mean, I put on Raw, like the last hour of Raw. And I was like, oh, this game's over. So I was like flipping back, I had my phone on the SNY app and then watching Raw on mute, by the way, because I don't want to, because Raw puts me to sleep anyway. So I was like, man, this game is over. So, Furt went out. All right. Escobar gets on base. Okay. We have a shot. To tie the game if Cano could hit a home run. Cano fucks up as usual. And then, 2-1. I'm like, we got life. And then the 2-out magic. That's what the Mets do. They don't quit. They never say die Mets. As Gary Cohen said many moons ago. They come back and win. And that's it. Alright, so that's it. So the Mets win Game 1 of the 3-game series in St. Louis. Game 2 tomorrow night. We got Chris Bassett on the mound. So, see if he can bounce back from his kind of not so good performance last week against the Giants. That was Game 3 of that series. Very bad game for him. The only game that the Mets lost in that series. So we'll see if he can bounce back. And then Wednesday afternoon, at 1 o'clock start, we got, who pitches on after him? Bassett. Cookie Carrasco pitches on Wednesday. See if he can continue his magic and see what happens. And then this weekend, we've got a big series against the Phillies at home, and then JD's Braves come in. So, big divisional games coming up to end the month of April and begin the month of May. So, we'll see what happens with that. But I'm happy the Mets won. Just happy. I mean, that's it. All right, enough about the Mets. All right, so like I said, in the description box is TSL number 7, talking about Elon Musk and stuff I mentioned yesterday with Asuka and Ali possibly appearing on Raw, thanks to Lauren for giving me that news. And she was right, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then I talked about some Mets and Yankees stuff. That's it. So check it out. Link will be down below in the description box. That's it. All right, move on. All right, let's get to some chat before we start this review, because we're not gonna go too long because I gotta work tomorrow and I'm tired. I've been up since like 8:30 this morning, and I didn't really get that much sleep after I finished work. I took a nap, but didn't get much of a nap. But this was. All right, Lauren's here. Hey yo, sorry to make it earlier stream. It's okay. We forgive you. Says congrats, by the way. Well, I guess for the Mets game, right? Couldn't be anything else. But unless something else, then I don't know about. Then, well, congrats on the Belch. No. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess congrats on the Met game tonight. So good, thank you. All right, Lawrence says my battery was acting up. It happens. Mine does that too once in a while. Not on this phone. My old phones have done that. So, it is what it is. Alright, got Prince Idol in the chat, my good buddy. What's up, Prince? Hey guys, I'm busy tonight playing WWE 2K22 with Savannah. She is Bianca Belair, and I am Montez Ford online playing. You playing WWE 2K22 and not... and watching me? I guess that's cool, but, I hate to say it, but 2K22 is not that great of a game. Just saying. Good graphics and all, but there's still some glitches in the game. That's why I think WWE should go back to the original engine, not be under the 2K banner anymore. I'm just saying. But I think when the AEW game comes out, which I think is coming out in September, called Fight Forever. Great name for a game, by the way. I think the AEW game might actually be better than 2K22, but we'll have to see come September. But that's going to be PlayStation 5, of course, so I can't really play it. Unless I get a demo, but... it is what it is. I'm hoping by my birthday I can hopefully somehow get a PlayStation 5. But I know it's going to be like $400, but let's see. Maybe I can put a down payment on it or something like that. Or I could find one for a cheaper price by that time, but I think by the time Christmas comes up, it's going to go back up. And many stores like Target or Best Buy may or may not have it again. What else is new? But I'm hoping to get a PS5 so I can put away the PS4 for a little bit. But eventually I'm going to sell the PS1. I still have the PS1 and some game. Well, I have all the games, most of the games for PS1. So I'm trying to sell the PS1 for some money on eBay, but haven't really got to that doing that yet. I still have the PS2, the PS3, and I still have my PS4, of course. Hoping to get the PS5 so I can maybe throw away the PS2 if I can get the PS5 that's backwards compatible and can basically play as all the versions, but that might be a stretch and that might be more money than I can afford. So I might have to keep the PS2, and the only reason I would keep the PS2 is just to play Final Fantasy 9, but now I found out now that you can play Final Fantasy 9 on a PlayStation 4, so So some of those games that are on PS2, we can play on PS4 and 5. So I might get rid of my PS2, 1 and 2. I might put up on eBay, see if I can get some money out of that, but I don't think anybody wants an old school PS1 and 2. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright. Okay, Lauren says Black Friday sales, PD. I'll try. I'm going to try my best to get something on Black Friday, but I don't even know if I'll be around Black Friday, but I might, but let's see. Alright, Prince says, I'm sorry, bro. Do you want to do Savannah in her... Prince, you need to stop this. I'm serious. Stop fucking around with my chat with the sexual stuff. It's starting to get annoying, and I'm gonna start freaking deleting your shit because it's too nasty. Okay, just stop. I'm being serious. Stop it. I'm not in the mood to hear about your sexual conquest with Savannah. Keep that to yourself. Just stop. Because pretty soon I'm gonna unmod you for this shit. And I'm not kidding. I know you're cool and all, but now this sexual stuff between you and Savannah, keep it to yourself and keep it off my chat. Okay? And don't tell me you're drunk, because you're probably not. Play your game, and then after you finish watching my show, then you can do that shit, okay? But not during my shit, and don't post it in my chat. Because it's getting annoying. You don't see me going on Chase's chat or anybody, ITB or ZTB's chat saying like, oh, I'm going, it's like, hey, I hope you had a great day. I'm going to go, I'm going to go bang Rose and, I'm going to go have some hot sex right now. But, come on, stop it. Just stop. All right. But, okay, I'll forgive you, but just stop. Because it's not detrimental to the show, okay? This is a wrestling show. This is not a sex show. Wanted to talk about sex, we could do it on another show. Or if we decided to do do a video, just a random video about talking about sex positions and shit. But I don't think anybody will want to hear that. But it is what it is. But yeah, just kind of cut it out. And no one's saying the same thing. Come on, Bubba, stop. So just be cool. That's it. All right, enough about that. Let's move on because I want to get out of here. All right. So as of right now, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time right now on this very late. Well, not very late, but getting to be very late. Monday night. April the 25th, 2022. Like I said, if you're watching from somewhere else, excuse me, April the 26th, 2022. It is time for your late night. I haven't done this in a while, but late night on the same night, but late night, Monday night. Oh, sorry. Monday night Raw review for April the 25th, 2022. And from the Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee, the hometown of the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. She plays for the hairless, not even a hairless Bianca Belair. And what I didn't know is the hometown of Randall Keith Orton. That's Randy Orton for you dumb people at home. It is what it is. Also, where the hometown of the mayor, Kane, or Glenn Jacobs, whatever you want to call him. He was on the show too. So, not that he did much, but it was just in, backstage for a couple of segments. That's it. Whoop-de-damn-do. Why'd you even have him there? Alright, anyway, we're less than 2 weeks away from Backlash coming your way on Mother's Day, of all days. So, not really anything of a storyline progression. We got a couple of returns, like I mentioned earlier in the show, with my first wife, and then somebody who's been in catering for like a year finally comes back. But we'll get to all that in just a second. But most of the show is really revolved around one man, and that is Randy Orton, because it was the 20th anniversary of his debut, which happened on April 25th, 2002, excuse me, where he beat Bob Holly, of all people, Sparkplug Bob Holly. Well, not even Bob Sparkplug, it was Bob Holly, the heel version of Bob Holly. So we get that. Alright, so we start off the show and our commentary team this week. Well, Jerry the King Lawler wasn't on this week because we had the returning Corey Slave coming back from his honeymoon inside Carmelo's vagina with his small cock. Yeah, so he's back with Jimmy Smith and, as always, Byron Saxton. So we got that. So, the old commentary team is back to bore us half to death for 3 hours. Alright, so there they open up Raw. And then we open up Raw with basically everybody, well, just about almost everybody, around the ring. Even some of the heels, which was kind of weird. But anyway, Riddle's in the ring. We start off with Randy Orton's 20th anniversary celebration. So Riddle's like, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw, bro." She pop. Alright, so then we see some clips from most of Randy's career, starting with his debut on SmackDown, circa 2002. Then, clips here and there from his old school days, and then Mick Foley, stuff like that. Which was kind of omitted was his first WWE. I don't think they mentioned his Intercontinental title win. I think they did, but they didn't show him beating, that certain guy that we can't name, Benoit. Oh, sorry, I mentioned it. Yeah, they don't show him beating Chris Benoit at SummerSlam to win his first WWE title. I don't know why you omit that, but okay. Blah blah blah, and then a lot of Gilmore Colors in that whole sequence. What do you think I named this title? Gilmore Colors for everyone. But it is what it is. Alright, with that out of the way, Riddle introduces his best friend, his tag team partner, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton. He comes out, and he gets on the mic, and the crowd's like, Randy. And he talks about that he was actually born right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I did not know that. Something new. I always thought he was born in St. Louis, Missouri, because he's billed from St. Louis, Missouri. Maybe he moved there as a kid, I don't know. But anyway, Orton thanks a lot of people who helped get him here. Triple H, Ric Flair, Mick Foley, who turned him into the Viking Killer. Probably the greatest gimmick in the history of Randy Orton. Wish we would go back to that. Anyway, I said there's been a lot of moments over the years, but he has never had more fun than he's having right now, which is good. And then him and Riddle hug. All we needed was Brian Danielson to come out with Kane, and I have a hug off. Anyway, he thanks the fans for always coming back to him and says there would be no Legend Killer, Apex Predator, or Viper without the fans. So Riddle's like, "Hey Randy, guess what? I got a surprise for you." I'm like, "Oh great, we're just gonna bring out some weed." That's legal now. In WWE, you can actually smoke weed now. That's what I heard, but anyway. Alright, so Riddle brings out a second-generation star who looks up to Orton as a mentor. So, who should come out? It's like, well, there's not a lot of second-generation people that can come out. But I knew it was going to be Cody Rhodes. So Cody comes out. Adrenaline in my soul. Cody Rhodes got a hoe as a wife. Or something like that. Anyway, so Cody Rhodes comes out. And they share a hug, a little legacy reunion. I was kind of shocked about that, but the hug, not the reunion, but the hug. Alright, then Seth Rollins, who's in like a freaking St. Patrick's Day, I guess you forgot what day it is. Freaking lime green, puke green suit. They still didn't get from the Men's Warehouse, because as we all know, at the Men's Warehouse, didn't like the way you look. I guarantee it. So yeah, he gets in the ring and he kind of ruins the whole thing. He says, "Don't trust Cody. He's just out here to spotlight, like he did to me, like he did to him at WrestleMania." He says Orton's best days are behind him, so he's not the future, and they need a new leader around here. That would be him. And then Ezekiel, or Elias. Okay, I'll say Ezekiel, who had Ultimate Warrior bicep tape on. I was like, what the hell is he wearing Ultimate Warrior bicep tape for? He was gonna come up with the Ultimate Warrior. Shake the ropes and stuff. But anyway, he comes out to interrupt, and he talks about watching Randy dominate as the Legend Killer. And then while he's doing that, Seth Rollins is checking out his hair. Was he got crusties in his hair or something like that? And then Kevin Owens is heard coming from the crowd. He says Ezekiel's a liar. He's going to prove that he's a liar again. Then the Usos come out. The Usos come out and say, "Hey, we've been watching you since you were a little bitty hoaxer, dude." Basically, since they were 15. They say they we're ready to unify the tag team belts. Blah 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 blah. And then Adam Pearce comes out, and guess what he makes? An 8-man tag team match player, because you knew that was coming from a mile away. All right, so we're gonna get Ezekiel teaming up with Randy Orton and Matt Riddle and Cody to take on the Usos, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens in an 8-man tag team main event. Blah 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 blah. And then after that, a big brawl happens. Kevin Owens starts it by sucker punching Elias right in the mouth. And then Randy does what he does best, give out Gilmore Gutters. He RKO's Owens. And then fans have a nice moment, and that's it. So we'll see what happens with all that in the 8-man tag later on tonight. But I gave that first segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Monday Night Snore. But I think after that segment, the show went as it always does. And I think like after the Bianca Belair Sonya Deville match, we're like 30 minutes in, and we're like, we're tired. I'll get that. All right, so we move on. All right, then we see Kane in the gorilla position with Bianca Belair talking. "My name is Kane, and I'm a Woody Poo." He's probably saying, "Hey, is that your hair?" Anyway, all right, so we get the first official match for Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair and Sonya Deville. This match was garbage. I'm sorry, this match was garbage. 46 seconds into the match ends because of a countout. As Bianca was just beating the living big Jesus out of Sonya Deville, threw it over the announce table. Did that almost like this close to hitting Jimmy Smith. Damn. So, and then Sonya gets counted out. Then she gets on the mic and says, "Oh, no. Right, we're not going to do that. We're going to restart the match, this time with no countouts." So they're fighting on the floor. Bianca gets sent over the timekeeper's area. And then, I'm sorry. Bianca continues to beat up Sonya Deville, goes over the timekeeper's area, and then Sonya comes back, hits her in the stomach with a chair, causing disqualification. So Sonya's like, nope, we're gonna do this again for the 3rd time, and now it's basically Extreme Rules, no holds barred, whatever you want to call it, no count out, no DQ. And then Carmella and Zelina Vega, still looking hot, come out for no apparent reason. Well, besides Corey Graves fucking coming in his pants. We have to hear him masturbate on live TV again. Great. Excuse me. Sorry, too much beer tonight. Anyway. Alright, after that, we go to break, we come back with this no DQ, no countout match, which was, should have just started the show, started the match. But anyway, Carmella and Zelina Vega are in the corner, they get involved here and there. Sonya hits a DDT onto a chair for a near fall. It's still a title match. Then Zelina Vega loads up the chair in the corner but gets knocked to the floor. And then Sonya goes into the chair. Like Bianca sent her into the chair or something like that. Very, very corny, slow, garbage match. And then so Sonya gets sent into the chair, and then Bianca finishes off with the KOD 1, 2, 3. Whoop the goddamn do. So Bianca retains the title in a match I gave a dud. Oh, you thought I was going to give it more? No. No. Dud. 0. 0. Infinity times 0. It was just bad, and that's pretty much it. Then after okay, well, really nothing happened after the match. There were Sonya Deville, Carmelo, and Zelina Vega are kind of arguing before we go to break. I was hoping Becky Lynch, because she was coming back tonight, I was hoping Becky would come out and maybe start something with Bianca. Well, that didn't happen, obviously, but we move on. All right, so after the break, we see Zelina Vega and Carmelo. They're arguing whose fault it was. Sonya Deville comes in, and they start arguing, and Zelina Vega calls Sonya Deville a pendeja. Ooh, that means women whore. A hoe beast. But so Zelina Vega gets pissed at her, and then Carmelo starts yelling at Sonya Deville, and then Sonya Deville's like, "I'm still your boss." Smack. So that was that. So I gave that 1 out of 5. Didn't care. But we get to some a little bit more positive stuff coming up. And that's it. All right. After that crap, we get a recap of Dark Edge and Damian Priest attacking AJ last week, and Edge and AJ are gonna have a rematch at Backlash. See how that goes. All right, then we see Edge and Damian Priest come out, and they talk about on the stage. They talk about what they have been doing as of late. Then they're ready to take out Finn Balor, or as I call him, Prince Jobber, not Prince Devitt, Prince Jobber. Later on, coming up. All right, then they take some cheap shots at the crowd in Knoxville. Edge talks about how AJ Styles is not here tonight because of that bad arm from last week. Because they slammed it in the locker room. Basically the same arm that AJ hurt in the 2020 Royal Rumble when Edge started his big comeback. So Edge says, "I'm not worried about the phenomenal forearm because AJ can't hit it with just one arm." And as for tonight, Balor's judgment has already been determined. And now they're calling this group that Edge has with Damian Priest, they're calling the faction Judgment Day. I don't have the book, but I'll use the Pad of Doom. Really? They named the faction Judgment Day. They couldn't name it Brood 2.0 or New Brood? Judgment Day. Stupid. WB Creative is not creative about being creative, as always. So, we get all that. And we move on from there. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we move on. Alright, okay, Prince says, "Okay, no more rock out with your..." Well, you can do that after. Do that after. After the show, you do that, okay, Prince? But anyway. Okay, Lauren says, but, yeah, wifey came back. Okay. Prince says she's doing good. Yep, okay. But you wanna rock out with your cook-out? Do it after the show. Don't do it during the show. Because that'll be bad. Because you'll miss everything. But I digress. Unless you're a troll, you're jacking off to me while I'm talking. That's what they do. That's what the trolls do. They love how my dick tastes. And how I dictate. You know what I mean? But we'll move on from there. And now that's pretty much it. By the way, you like my mole? Birthmark, not a mole. But it might be a mole. I don't know. I could care less. I mean, these fucking trolls are just stupid and insane. Freaking making fake accounts about this thing over here, my little thing over here. Really? I mean, you people have no lives. Making fake accounts about fucking facial features now. I mean, that's happened before with a certain ghost. If you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, a certain troll supposedly from Chestnut Hill, New Jersey, doesn't live there. Because doesn't show proof, hasn't shown proof. But I think we all know who it is, right, Nick? Not that Nick, but Nick Ers. But yeah, that's basically who I think it is. We all know who it is. It could be, but I mean, they don't want to show their little face because they're chicken. They're chickens and they're cowards. And if this YWC Awards Sean's Army guy is, from Philly, then well, basically you're a homo. Because as we all know, Philly sucks dick. Philly is called the city of brotherly love, not sisterly love, because we love lesbians here on the show, but brothers, no, we don't go that way. But Philly, yeah, there's a bunch of gaylords in it, a bunch of faggots down there in Philly, except for the lesbians, of course, but. It is what it is. Fuck Philly, fuck that fan base, and fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles, definitely. Fuck the Phillies, even though they won tonight. Fuck them, and fuck the Flyers. There you go. Fuck Philly. That's it. And if that guy lives in Philly, well, he's a homo. But I digress. All right, so we'll move on from there. All right, so I gave all that Judgment Day edge stuff. 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, let's move on. All right, then we go to, Veer's squash match of the week, which lasted 40 seconds. He came, he saw, he conquered, and then left the jizz trail on the mat. So, yeah, so he beats Sam Smothers. Hopefully no relation to Tracy Smothers, God rest his mighty soul. But, yeah, beats his hammer and ego up in 40 seconds. Thank you for coming. Then after the match, he sends this Hammenegger outside, puts on the cervical clutch again, and then one on the announcer's table. Like, hey, why don't you put Corey Graves and Byron Saxton in the cervical clutch and put them out of their misery? And then you can call me and Joe Cronin. We'll be in the next city in about a week. But like I said, I would never work for Vince McMahon. Just saying, I'm not going to work for Vince McMahon, even if he called me, like, right now, and said, hey, Gilmore, get over here, we need you. I'm like, I'm not working for you, dude. I'm like, Vince, take your 76-year-old senile dementia ass and go fuck yourself. I'm going to go to Tony Khan. Or I'll call Mr. Obari from Japan, or as we call him, Mr. Miyamoto. I'd rather work for AEW or Japan, or maybe, or Ring of Honor too, because it's basically owned by the same guy, which is Tony Khan. So I can work for AEW / Ring of Honor, or I can work for Mr. Miyamoto in Japan. I'd never work for Vince McMahon as long as he lives. Maybe when he's dead and buried, maybe I can work. I'll work for Hunter or whoever owns the company by then, but probably be Nick Khan. I'm not going to work for Nick Khan. I'll work for Tony, but not Nick. But they're not related, but I could care less. So, fuck you. That's it. Alright, so we got all that. So I gave all that basically a big fat dud. Because I could care less about Veer. Anyway, alright, after that we get to the arm wrestling match between Omos and Bobby Lashley. MVP's there basically talking up a storm. Bashing Lashley. And talking about how this whole thing between Lashley and Omos started at WrestleMania. Which didn't have MVP there. And then at the night after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, MVP comes back and he turns his back on Lashley and shows up with Omos. Blah, blah, blah. Which is why MVP has moved on to someone better than Lashley in every possible way. And then Lashley tells MVP to shut the crap up. Alright, they're ready to go with this over-the-top, like, arm wrestling match. We haven't seen one on Raw in like a few years. And you know how it ends. So they're ready to go. They don't waste time. They go right to it. Almost Ziggler troll, and then MVP's like, yeah, almost gonna kick your ass. See, you're not the almighty. Oh, fuck you. And then Lashley uses his Super Cena strength and wins the arm wrestling match. So that's it. What do you goddamn do? Afterwards, an MVP teases a cane shot. Almost jumps Lashley, beats him down, takes the arm wrestling table and starts banging it on freaking Lashley over and over and over again. Much to MVP's approval, and that's basically it. So, kind of a waste of time, but I'll give it 2 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we're gonna look back at that horrible double wedding ceremony last week. That debacle that was. With Dana Brooke and Reggie, and the 24/7 idiots. Which led to a whole bunch of title changes, like Reggie won it, and then Tamina won it, and then Akira Tozawa won it, and then Dana Brooke got it back for like the 99th time. Nobody cared. Alright, then we got a video from early in the day where R-Truth announces that he's a marriage counselor all of a sudden. He just set up a mixed tag team match between all 4 participants from last week. And he's going to be special guest referee. Then he has another fucking certificate. It's like, hey, I'm a certified special referee now. Yeah. So, I didn't give 2 shits about that, so I gave that a dud. Fuck that shit. And fuck this match. A 1.5-minute match. Really? Anyway, so we got Akira Tozawa and Tamina taking on Dana Brooke and Reggie. Obviously, the 24/7 title is not on the line, which it should. It should be on the line, and whoever wins it should be fucking released afterwards. Blow that title up and get rid of everybody in that division. All 5 of them. Get rid of them. Anyway, so basically the women start grabbing their hair, blah, blah, blah. They look like they're about to kiss, which would have been probably the best thing on the show next to, everything else that was on. But, blah, blah, blah. They almost kiss, and then Tozawa tags himself in. And then Reggie has to come in, because it's a mixed tag. He has a corkscrew crossbody. Tozawa then takes him down. And then, he goes up top, hits the top rope backsplash. As he, before he hits, he goes, I love you, Tamina. Then he hits the move, finishes Reggie off in a 1.5 minutes. I could have went to the bathroom and took 6 shits, and I wouldn't give 2 shits about this match. So, I gave that a dud as well, big fat 0. And then after the match, Tozawa throws Dana down, covers her, but Truth breaks it up. Then he rolls Dana up for a near fall, counting by himself because he's a referee. This is just fucking stupid. Every goddamn week on Raw. It's just stupid. So anyway, after Dana kicks out at 2, she leaves the ring and then starts yelling at Truth. That's like, I thought I trusted you! Well, with a name like R-Truth, you think you should trust that guy? No. You should trust your job. Because you're not going to be having it in probably about a month or 2. I swear, if the 24/7 title is still around in 2023, I'm going to fucking rant. I mean, for a long time. I'm going to rant this company to the moon. I'm going to obliterate it. And the fans. And you're going to like it. So get ready. By December 30th, 31st of this year, if that title is still in WWE and those idiots are still there, I'm going to obliterate them. I will rip each one of those motherfuckers a new asshole. And this fucking company, a really big asshole. This company should be fucking dead. But in 2023, dead. Garbage. Anyway, so we move on from that. Thank God. Alright, after that, we got a long video of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, which concluded last week's match with Kevin Owens, where Kevin Owens walked out because Seth Rollins called him a fat ass. So, that's that. We get that. Alright, just to hype up the main event for later on. All right, then we get the return of the man, Becky Lynch. We haven't seen since her losing her Raw Women's Championship to Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. She comes out in some ridiculous Lady Gaga outfit. Short, the hair's all short. Now she has like orange reddish makeup on now. Somebody's been really watching Lady Gaga tapes. Holy crap. So anyway, she comes out, says it's been 3 years since she came out here without a title. Now she doesn't recognize herself anymore. Well, we don't really recognize you that much anymore. She says she's at rock bottom, no pun intended. That means it could be the start of another Becky Lynch comeback. And it also means that she could beat Bianca Belair, win the title back to become the champion once again, and nobody can ever take that from her. And then out of nowhere, we get the great music of My First Wife, and when I heard her music, I fucking leapt out of my seat. I marked the heft. I was like, Asuka! So Asuka comes back. We haven't seen her in like over a year. And Becky's like, oh my god, I've seen a ghost. And everybody in the crowd's crying, and everybody's like, oh my god, Asuka! I mean, she got a humongous pop. It was just amazing. So she comes out looking just so good. So fucking good. I'm sorry, guys. I have to take a moment. Sorry, I'm back. I had to change my... Well, I didn't change my underwear, but, you know, I had an accident. Oh, I didn't say that out loud. Sorry. But anyway, Asuka comes back after a year, looking at just amazing, as always, because she's my first wife. So, yeah, I let her out of the house. In the bedroom, too. But she's coming right back. What is this? Alright, so Asuka gets in the ring. She's looking amazing. She starts ranting in Japanese. Peter Gilmore is great. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Except me. I'm always ready for Asuka. Always. Alright. She's like, hold on, I will stop you, Becky. I wish that would have happened in 2020 when she got handed over the if Becky didn't get impregnated by Seth Rollins. I would have loved to see that match. Even though it wouldn't have been a match, probably maybe Asuka cashing in on Becky and winning it outright instead of getting it handed to you. So 2 years later, this feud is now actually begins. So Asuka's like, I'm gonna stop you. Then she's like, boop. He flicks Becky in the nose. So Becky tries to go after Asuka. She swings and misses like the New York Yankees. She swings and misses, and then Asuka was about to go after her, and then Becky left. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So, like I mentioned yesterday on my Peter Gilmore channel, they're gonna start this little short program with Becky and Asuka. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets announced for Backlash, and you gotta have Asuka win, because it would make no sense to have Asuka come back, have a 1 week feud, basically a 1 week feud to hype up the match, because they gotta hype it up next week because it's the go home show. And then you have Asuka make her pay-per-view re-debut, and you have her lose to Becky. I think Becky should go on like a nice losing streak, and then somehow make her come back probably by SummerSlam. Start winning again, and maybe get the belt back by the end of the year. Unless Asuka wins it by the end of the year. But we'll see. Alright, so that's nice. It's great. It's great to see Asuka back. And I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars, just for Asuka. So yeah, I'm being biased. Okay. I don't care. Alright, we'll move on from there. I check on the Wrestling Cat. Just taking a nap. Wrestling Cat's taking a nap. So, she had a rough day today. She had to go to the vet. So, not pleasant going there. But it is what it is. She's doing okay. She's just sleepy time. Sleepy time. For the Wrestling Cat. Alright, so we get that. So, it looks like we're going to get Asuka and Becky at Backlash. And I hope Asuka wins. But I think she will. That's it. Alright, after that, we got to look back at the Street Profits using the Usos theme song last week to distract and beat RK Bro, non-title match. Then we hear from the Profits. They recap a whole bunch of things taking place around Monday Night Raw, around WWE. They want the next shot at whoever wins at Backlash for the unified tag team titles. So there you go. I was thinking, well, why don't you just make it a triple threat match? Well, we got a week left. It might happen, but we'll see. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, then we get to Damian Priest taking on Finn Balor. Not much of a match. We had Dark Edge on his throne on the stage. They're now, like I said, they're now calling Priest is representing Judgment Day, which is now the Edge's new faction, which sounds fucking horrible. Should have called it the New Brood. Just saying. Anyway, they kind of went back and forth during the match. Balor gets in the clothesline to the floor. It's fine with Priest, who gets a Razor's Edge on the apron. Ow. Razor Ramon. Picks up the Razor, of course. Scott Hall. We come back with Balor fighting out of a cravat. Hits the shotgun dropkick in the corner. Tries to go for the coup de grace, gets loaded up, but Balor stops to look at Edge, and Edge is like, he gets up and he starts taking off his suit a little bit, and then Damian Priest kind of like wakes up, gets knocked back down, and then he finishes him off with a new move, a kind of a lifting downward spiral. I don't know what he's gonna call that, but not using the crossroads anymore. I think you know why. Or the, what was that move? The Reckoning doesn't hit that no more. Because I guess Cody's like, don't use that move anymore. So yeah, so here's the lifting downward spiral. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest gets the win in a little over 7 minutes. And once again, Finn Balor jobs. What else is new? Lost the US title to Theory last week. Now he's going back to jobbing. Pretty soon. Bye. Go back to New Japan. Or go to AEW. Probably I would say go back to Japan. Go back to Japan and get with Bad Luck Fale. Reform the original Bullet Club. You know, you don't have Gallows and Anderson there. I mean, kind of resurrect the Bullet Club Japan. Please. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that match, like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, speaking of... Alright, speaking of the United States Champion, Austin Theory, it's time for Miz TV. So Miz comes out, looking like a ninja, as always, in that red ninja-like getup. He gets straight to the point, brings out Theory as his guest, and, you know, Austin comes out taking selfies. Then he started, you know, a little awkward discussion about first names. Like, hey, your name is not Austin, isn't it? But your name is Mike. Blah, blah, blah. So that was kind of weird. Anyway, Miz says it's nice to see the United States title having some credibility after 12 years of nothingness. I mean, that's a point. You know, really, Damian Priest had a decent run as United States champion. But still, yeah, they didn't really do much with the title. But still. So he does have a point. Theory remembers that Miz was United States champion 12 years ago and talks about growing up watching him. And he promises to become the U.S. champion. But Miz has some advice for him: don't trust anyone. And then he says, you know, you got a target on your back. You know, everyone wants to take the title from you. And then we hear the music of Mustafa Ali, of all people, come out. I was like, well, yeah, I guess they're gonna use him now to job. Like I mentioned in my video yesterday. So he gets in the ring. The fans like, oh my God, Mustafa Ali, yay! I'm like, he gets a decent pop. I'm like, really? For a guy that wanted to leave in January? So Miz and Theory kind of bring that up, and Miz like, you still work here? And then Theory's like, aren't you the guy who took his ball and went home? And they make fun of his name. It's like, oh, you're Mustafa Ali's younger brother. I thought that was, you know, it was nice to take a pot shot, but, you know, it was kind of corny pot shot. But it is what it is. So Ali finally gets on the mic, says, if I wanted to laugh, all I have to do, Miz, is watch one of your matches. Oh, no, he didn't. He says he was talking to Adam Pearce and was hoping that Theory is holding an open challenge for that belt, so he's gonna go. He says, I'm here to answer the challenge right now. So Miz and Theory like, nah, that's not gonna happen. And Theory calls Ali, "You're all biceps and no balls." And then Ali says Theory's out here running like the Miz. And then Theory's like, "Oh, but Miz is, a nicest champion, tag team champion. Oh, accolades, crap, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Oh, wait, I just got a text from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and Miz, you're going to face Ali in a match coming up right now." And Miz is like, yeah, what? So that leads to a match. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, so we get to this match. And I was thinking, yeah, Miz is going to beat this guy, right? Nope. Yeah, they go back and forth, and then Ali comes back, sends Miz to the apron, catches Miz on top with right hands. Miz knocks him down, tries for the figure 4. It gets reversed into a 1905 roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Mustafa Ali gets a win that he hasn't a win in like over a year and a half maybe. Whoop-de goddamn do. 6.5 minutes suckfest. Yeah, so Ali comes back to Raw, gets a win. I guess that's going to be Theory's next opponent. It's going to be Mustafa Ali. So I guess they brought back Mustafa Ali to job to freaking, have a program with Theory. But you really think that Theory's going to lose to Mustafa Ali? As much as I would love for Mustafa Ali to finally get a belt, I just don't think they're going to give him the belt. And they're probably going to release him in about a month or two. Or just put him back in obscurity, otherwise known as catering, and then he'll go on Twitter and say, I want to get out of here, and he can't get out of here because I think he still has like a year or two left on his contract. So either he gets released, or he just stays home and not making a paycheck to feed his kids. So we'll see what happens. I would love for Mustafa Ali to get the belt. I hate agreeing with JD, but I have to agree with JD on this one. That he called Mustafa Ali the most underrated and underutilized talent in WWE. Well, one of them, but I have to agree with that. JD's right for once, but his voice still stink. But I digress. All right, so I give that Miz Ali match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, so after the match, Ali's celebrating up the ramp, and then out of nowhere, I don't know, where did he come from? Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer! So Tommaso Ciampa attacks Ali out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, for what reason? He was just there. I'm like, why did you attack him? I guess to send him away? It was just Ali's one night only thing. He's gone. I don't know. And that's it. So it's not setting up Ali versus Ciampa, and then Ali somehow gets the Theory, but let's see. Anyway, we move on. Alright, then we get a look back at Rhea Ripley turning on Liv Morgan last week after they lost to Sasha and Naomi for the women's tag team belts. Alright, then we see Sarah Schreiber and Rhea Ripley. Rhea looks kind of a little different. Which is nice. She shows off her hot, big, fat tatas and everything. Oh, she's a nice Australian lady. She put a shrimp on a baby for me there, Leah. I'll put a shrimp on your baby. Oh, but I digress. Alright, so Rhea talks about how she came here and dominated on her own, winning the Raw Women's Championship, and then losing it. Then they put her made her into a tag team wrestler, and she was with with Nikki Ashhole, and she was with recently with Liv Morgan, basically saying, that brought me down, but now I'm back on my own. I'm gonna do everything for myself. And then Liv Morgan comes in and then jumps her, and then they start a big brawl, and then we have freaking Jamie Noble and the Hurricane and referees try to break them up. So it might be a match at either on Raw next week or maybe at Backlash, but I really don't want to see that. But I mean, the match would probably be boring, and Rhea Ripley's gonna whip the living crap out of Liv Morgan, and then I don't know what they're gonna do with Rhea Ripley. They're gonna maybe elevate her, maybe to a match with Bianca later on, maybe by the summertime. But it is what it is. Money in the Bank's coming up in July, so I think they will probably put Rhea in that match. Definitely Asuka. I would love to have Asuka win it again for the second time, not the second year in a row, because she won in 2020, and then really never cashed in because Becky took the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then she's like, "Hey, Asuka, you want your Money in the Bank briefcase? Come on and get it." And then she just basically gave the title to her without even Asuka have to cash in, because Becky got pregnant. So what I would do is have Asuka in the match, win it again, and then outright be able to cash in and beat either Bianca or whoever holds the title by then. But we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from there. That's it. Alright, so I gave all that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we stay in the back. We have Kevin Owens talking to the Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. Oh, thank you. So he's talking to them, and he wants Chad Gable to Chad Gable was trying to get Kevin Owens to pay up for last week. He's like, I paid you 150 Canadian, which is like $120 American. So it's like basically, so Gable's like, hey Kevin, why don't you pay up for last week? But Kevin wants a full lie detector results first. He says, hey, maybe I should give you a lie detector test. Blah, blah, blah. And then Seth Rollins, his best friend, comes in and thinks there are really more important things to discuss than lie detector tests and shit like that. So Otis and Chad Gable leave. And Owens doesn't really think much of Rollins because he called him a fat ass last week. But then the Usos come in, try to be peacemaker, and says, hey, we all have to be on the same page, or Roman, our tribal chief, will not be happy. But you don't want to piss off Roman. Especially those two guys, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so Rollins starts laughing, and then, him and Kevin leave, and then the Usos are just left alone. That's it. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. Alright, after that, we get a look back at the arm wrestling match between Omos and Lashley. Then we go to MVP. He says he's not worried about Lashley because Omos has challenged him to a match at Backlash. So we get the rematch from WrestleMania. Omos is ready for some violence. Wonder if that's going to be, not going to be a regular match. It's going to be like a hardcore match, semi-hardcore, like a no holds barred match, or maybe a tables match, maybe no DQ, something like that, some shit like that. And we'll move on. Yeah, so we got the rematch. I would assume that Omos is going to win this one, but we'll see. Maybe they'll have Lashley, somehow surprise Omos again. But I think Omos is probably going to get the win. Then they'll probably have a third match, probably on the Raw after Backlash. And then probably Bobby Lashley will win the feud. But we'll see. Let me move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the main event, 8-man tag team match. Cody Rhodes, Ezekiel, and RK Bro take on the Usos, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. It was an okay match, good finish. But you knew what the finish was going to be. Especially because if Randy Orton's in the match and he's supposedly from Knoxville, Tennessee, I think you know. So they kind of went at it. I'm not going to go into much of it. The heels were in control to start. Cody comes in, Rollins offers a distraction. Jay comes in with a swelling drop. Cody gets caught in the wrong corner. Gives the heels the advantage. Rollins comes in but misses a charge in the corner. Then Ezekiel gets the hot tag, and then a big spine buster plants Rollins for a near fall, but Rollins sends Ezekiel into the corner, tags in, Ezekiel then tags in Riddle. Rollins catches him up top in a hurry, hits a reverse superplex, which is pretty nice, and then everybody's like, oh, my back! They come back in, and the heels are in control of Riddle. Riddle fights up, hits a jumping knee, but then the villains take out his partners off the apron. Then Kevin Owens hits a swanton bomb for a near fall on Riddle. Jay adds an enziguri, which sends Riddle right into Randy Orton. Oops. For the hot tag, the fans going nuts. So Orton does what he does best. Vintage Randy Orton. Orton drops almost everybody on the announcer's table. Still didn't hit Corey Graves or Byron Saxton. Damn. So yes, and then we see Riddle's like, Randy. So Randy brings Jay in, hits the Demon DDT, the Hangman's DDT on Jay. And then Rollins comes in from behind, jumps Orton from behind. Then Cody hits the disaster kicks and Rollins right into the Gilmore Cutter. Bang. And then Ezekiel knocks Owens right into a Gilmore Cutter of his own. And then, for good measure, that's 2 Gilmore Cutters. So Randy's on a roll right now. And then Riddle hits the Final Flash knee, which sets up a pop-up RKO, or it looked like a 3D. It was basically a 3D. So not really a third Gilmore Cutter. But then Orton finishes off Jay as Jay tried to come off top, and you knew that there was going to be an RKO out of midair coming. So Orton hits the Gilmore Cutter in midair, and then he pins Jay 1, 2, 3, a little over 15 minutes. Fans went nuts. I thought it was a pretty good finish. Nice sequence to end the match. And the match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And then that's it. After the match, Orton and company celebrate as we end the show, and basically that's it. So it was a Night of the Viper, if you will. You call it Night of the Viper, Gilmore Cutters for everybody, whatever you want to call it. But still, this show was pure garbage. So I was thinking about getting a good old-fashioned Bret Hart 4 out of 10, but I'm going to be a little bit generous. A little bit generous. I'm going to give it a good old-fashioned right down the middle at it, like Bill Alfonso says, 5 out of 10 stars. And that's what I'm going to say. Alright, so that's it. So Raw gets a 5 out of 10. See what the rating is going to be, because last week they did 1.6. I would not be surprised if they did 1.5, 1.3 or better. I would say they'd probably get 1.3 to maybe 1.5. And Rampage, I think Rampage's rating came out, I think went down. I have to check that, but yeah. So we'll get that. I'm going to move on from there. Yeah, because I think I have to get the ratings from last week. But in any event, when the ratings come out by Thursday or early Friday, I might do a video, a quickie video on my Peter fucking Gilmore channel, just to talk about the ratings, news, and that's basically it. I'm gonna do a big video, probably like I'll see how long it goes, maybe 10-15 minutes, right before I actually have to go out on Friday night. But we'll do that. And we'll move on, because like I said, SmackDown and Rampage, that review will be coming up Saturday. So, because I won't be around Friday night to do it. So Saturday will be my SmackDown Rampage review. As far as tomorrow goes, I might do I don't know. I'm thinking about just chilling for the day. I might do a live stream before NXT. Or I might just take the day off, actually. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, if there's any big news coming in the world of professional wrestling or sports or anything like that. Or I get bored after work. I'm just like bored. It's like, I just want to do a chill stream, just talk about random stuff. Just random wrestling news of the day, or just random shit. We'll see. That's all I got to say about that. Alright, so that's it for Monday Night Raw. Like I said, once again, 5 out of 10 stars for the show. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or your video reply down below. Check out my other video from earlier in the night, TSL number 7. Talk about Elon Musk and buying Twitter and all that shit. Link to the channel is down below. Link to the video is also down below in the description box. So give it a like, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Do whatever the fuck you want. And that's it. Alright, everybody, thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. I'd like to thank Lauren and Prince Idol for coming in. It was a little off night for the prophecy, but it is what it is. At most we had 4 people in the chat. That's fine. Do we have anybody else? There's just Lauren and Prince Idol. Okay. Just had to recheck. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Also, big ups to Savannah as well. So that's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to edit this video up a little bit, and then I'm going to go right to bed, because got to get up early in the morning to do something that you trolls need to do. And that's get a job. So I have to do my job. So, because I got a life, and I make more money than you. So got to make the money you wish you had. Got to pay my bills at the end of this month. Actually, at the end of this week and early next week, I got bills coming up, and I gotta save because I got bills coming up, and I'm buying I got I'm going out Friday night with you know who, and then next week I gotta order my WrestlePro ticket because that's next Friday in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Gonna go meet Killer Cross and Scarlet Bordeaux. So that's gonna be an adventurous night because I gotta be there by 5 o'clock. Because I have to get there by 5 because the autograph signing starts at 6, and then the event starts at 8, and that's probably gonna go to about 11, and then I gotta take an Uber home. It's gonna be like $45. Good thing I'm not paying for that. Yeah, and that's it. Next not this Sunday. Next Sunday is Mother's Day, and gonna do something nice with my mama, and maybe take her out for lunch or do something. We got that, so I gotta save up for that, and then I gotta save up for WOW on May the 14th. I was trying to get front row, but they're all sold out. What else is new? So I'm gonna get general admission, which costs like $25. That's gonna be in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, May the 14th. Cody Hall's gonna be there. Julia Hart's gonna be there as well. Then say Dorado and all the stars from WOW. So their Brooklyn return, because the show is called Brooklyn Beatdown. So it'll be nice to go back to some indie wrestling next week. That'd be good. And then after that, I'm gonna be saving. After that, well, I'm gonna get ready for hopefully for my vacation, and that'll be it. And then after that, I'm gonna be probably in and out of this crappy city, and I'm gonna enjoy my summer, and laugh at everybody, but I'm getting a nice tan on a beach in Miami or somewhere, but laughing all these moronic trolls that think they're gonna see me in the summer when they're not. I know I'm playing your bluff. I'm calling your bluff because I already exposed one guy who said he was gonna try to come fight me on Easter weekend. Never showed up because he exposed himself as a liar and went to SmackDown like a douche. But it is what it is. And these trolls think they're gonna ruin my summer. They're not gonna ruin anything except their reputation. And their lives, because they try. You know where they're going, the slammer. So one foot, you're out. You're gonna be in the slammer or in the hospital. Just gonna say that. But it is what it is. All right, that's it. Not about that crappy talk. All right, so thank you all for watching. Thank you to Prince and Lauren once again for coming in. And that's it. So that's it. That's it. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Peace out. Rock on. And now, Prince, you can rock out with your Kogut. Just remember to wrap up that burrito. But unless you wanna pull and pray, but sometimes that doesn't work. Unless you have a good pull-out game like I do. But it is what it is. So anyway, rock out with your Kogut. And if you're not down with that, me, Lauren, and the Prince, and everybody else in the prophecy, which is still real to me, damn it. And it's still real to you because it's the realest thing on the internet and in real life, because you can't stop the prophecy. You can't. Because the prophecy is real, and that's all I gotta say. So for me, Nick, Lauren, Prince, Max Lethal, and everybody else in the prophecy, if you're not down with that, I think you know what's coming right now. If you're not down with that, get ready. Because if you're not down with that, ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to bed. So, good night, everybody. Peace.